First day was the confirmation that I had cancer.
Shannon Doherty was born in Memphis, Tennessee on April 12, 1971, to Rosa Elizabeth and John Thomas Doherty, and she was raised along her older brother in the good old Southern Baptist Church. She grew up very well in a nice Christian family with morals, no cussing, a good old Southern belle. Around 10 years old is when she started her acting, and she started out on Father Murphy. Michael Landon saw Shannon and extended an invitation to come be part of Little House on the Prairie, a show loved by everyone that went on for many seasons. Very popular. This was a dream come true for her because she loved the show. She grew up watching the show, and she idolized. She loved Melissa Gilbert. She looked up to her and wanted to be just like her. So she got her dream at an early age. But unfortunately, that dream became a very awkward situation that I did not even know about until all of this has happened. And I don't wish to get into it, but you're more than welcome to ask me, and I will reply to you. She went on to star in Girls Just Want to Have Fun in 1995, along Sarah Jessica Parker, but her big break came in 1999 when she starred in Heathers. This movie was completely different from her upbringing, and insiders were buzzing about it. Definitely not family friendly. And since she was brought up a good old Southern Baptist, this was a completely different life than what someone would have expected.
I don't know, I would hate for people to look at me and think that I was some pampered kid from West Beverly High. I really want to be a whole person with many sides, many talents, and many interests. I just don't know what they all are yet.
I'm strictly a class act, a 100% U.S. certified hostess with the mostest.
She did witness something that she spoke out about that a lot of people frowned upon, but she was showing a good Christian moral on this, but I won't get into that as well, because she was one of my favorites. I loved watching her. I thought she was a great actress. As far as a person in real life, I honestly can't say. I was never right beside her, so I can't tell you that. So I'm not going to judge based on things that are shown or said, because that's hearsay. I wasn't there, and I loved her as an actress, and I thought she just was awesome. It's interesting because Tori Spellin, which is Aaron's daughter, is the one that saw her in Heathers and wanted her to be part of the 90210. I'm so glad that Tori got her dad to reach out to Shannon and that she got to audition for the role in 90210. The people he picked to be in that show was just perfect. And I watched it because Shannon Doherty was in it, because she made it. And that's the only reason why I watched it. It's really sad because there was a lot of hate towards Shannon because of the character Brenda. Even though it's just a character, she went through so much. And it sucks that she got taken off the show because of, some things that she did. And from what I understand, it was rude in the eyes of everyone, being late and other things. But she had stuff going on in her life. But it really sucks because it was sad to see her go, and it just was not the same. And unfortunately, whatever show she's on, even when she went to Charm, and I loved her in that. And she made it. She was the big sister, and she played her part. She is so good at acting. And I guess she ruffles feathers because she's very strict, and she wants everything to be perfect. And, she's been doing it her whole life, so of course she's going to butt heads with people. But it's sad that each show she's been on, there's been some kind of conflict, and then she leaves, or either she gets cast out. And it was sad. There was a lot of things that went on, and Shannon Doherty did a lot of things that I'm even surprised that she did. I did not even hear of it or know of it, but she posed for Playboy, and that was shocking to me. I just always thought of her as a very elegant, very mature, sophisticated person, and that doesn't seem like something she would do. But as a young actress, and in this world, and all the pressure and trying to have fame and trying to get yourself out of a hole and everything else, people do things, they make poor judgments. And the world is not very forgiving, unfortunately. I don't want to speak about the negative because everybody has negative in their life. I know that she was a great actress. I know that I enjoyed watching her, watching anything that she played in because she was a great actress. And it's sad that she got sick. In 2015, at the age of 45, she had breast cancer. By 2017, she announced remission. In 2019, it returned. And just this year, that it had spread to her brain. And she knew that there was a good chance she wasn't going to make it. And she started a podcast documenting, like, her life, everything that she was going through, and the doctors, and just all of the treatments, and all the information, trying to help people. And I think that was very nice. And it has to be hard, but I'm sure it was also therapeutic, being able to share this, you know, to get it out. So there are podcasts with the information in case that's something you want to look into. And it's sad that this happened, and she will definitely be missed. So I wanted to make something as a reminder of her throughout her life, and the enjoyment of her acting, and the sadness of her leaving. Please feel free to share any comments, any thoughts, anything you know, anything that you want to, and I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
I love it when people say, you know, we're praying for you and everything else.
I've been offered book deals before, and they always felt very awkward to me. This feels natural. Like, I get to have the conversation and tell my side of the story of things, clear everything up, and also clear up things for other people too, like questions about cancer. Like, some of the best doctors that you can get to. So they answer a lot of questions about not just cancer, but all sorts of things.
I am having to go back on chemo, and I now know that I can't do it the way that I was doing it, that I have to get a port, and it's really hard. Like, the idea of going through that all over again has wrecked me. Sorry? I'm going to pause for a second. It's wrecked me in the sense of, like, yes, I knew I had stage 4. Yes, I knew it was really serious. Yes, I've taken steps to, you know, protect my family and, you know, clean up a lot of stuff. But when you have to go to the hospital and you have to, you know, get put under and a port put in you, it becomes very real in an incredibly different way.
And let's talk about two friends. Okay, first of all, Tori says you all hang out a lot.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, and you all work so much you don't get to really do a lot of the things that you want to do when you're young and when you have money. You know? I mean, you got to leave here and go right back to work.
That's true, I do. I do.
Would you, or do you sometimes think about the show being canceled just so you can enjoy your life?
Oh, God, no.
Really?
No, because, you know, I mean, once you're an actress, it's like in your blood, and it's something that you crave, and it's something that you really want to do. I admit, being on this show is really hectic for all of us. We work long hours, and it's hard, but, you know, we wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for the show. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation. And because a lot of us are really good friends, we get to, like, play around, you know. We all got in, like, a sand fight the other day on the beach yesterday, working, where we were, like, throwing sand at each other and throwing water. And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's fun. We get to do, like, the young adult things that we wouldn't normally be able to do because we all hang out.
Yeah, so that's kind of like your family.
Yeah, it's very much my family. And, like, Tori and I are really, really good friends. I'm glad that she was on your show.
Yeah, she was cool. She
Yeah,
was cool.
she's
I know her
adorable.
dad. Buffy, have you seen it?
I didn't. I was supposed to go to the premiere and I couldn't go. But I heard it was really cool. Did
Yeah.
you see it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I just saw on ETV the premiere, and I saw that
Right.
Tori was there and some of the cast members. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is Luke Perry's new movie with that very talented young lady. What's her name?
Christy Swanson.
Christy Swanson.
Right.
And I just wondered if you went.
I didn't, but Luke says hi. He
Tell
told
him
me to
I
say
said
hi,
hi.
and he said,
Let's talk about other friends of yours. Now, you're not wearing the crepe diamond today.
Wait, but there's a reason
Okay,
why.
okay.
I've had, like, my house, somebody tried to rob my house, my car was stolen, and it seems like these awful things have been happening to me lately, so I decided not to wear it.
Okay, but it's not because you're not going to get married anymore.
No.
Okay,
no,
good.
No, that's not the case at all.
Good, because I was happy for you, and I'm glad somebody's having good luck with relationships.
Oh.
Let's not talk about it now. But yeah, I saw him over there, and I didn't see the ring, and I said, ooh, maybe she broke up with him and hired him as a valet.
No, I mean, there was a lot of rumors going on around about us, you know, that we had totally broken up and stuff. And I don't think that that's the case. It's more of that he has his business in Chicago and I have mine here. And we're both really young, and we don't have to rush into something and get married automatically. And we've only been dating for a year, and that's a really long time. But, you know, you don't have to, like, after a year say, okay, well, let's get married. And there's a lot of things that he has to do in his life, and there's a lot of things that I have to do in mine. And when we get done with those, like when I'm done with the show, when he's totally built up his business, then we can meet in the middle and get married and have kids and live happily ever after.
You are large. Let's see. You know, I was watching Dennis Miller one night, and he extended...
Why are you bringing
No, he extended... I don't know if you know this, and I figured I would tell you. He extended his hand of love and friendship. He really said something positive about he wanted to squash the thing between him and Shannon. What initially happened?
You know, I don't know, and the last thing I want to sound is, you know, stuck up or anything, because God knows there's enough rumors about that. But I went on his show, and I made a joke, and I didn't think that it was anything bad. I guess his eyebrow was twitching, and there was a moment where there was a dead pause, you know, where he didn't really know what to say to me. And so to break the tension, because he was very nervous, I just looked at him and said, gee, Dennis, are you nervous? Your eyebrow's twitching. Not in reference to that I was there, but in reference to, because I think it was like his third night.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that I would be petrified if I was doing what he was doing or what you were doing.
Right.
And that's all I was meaning, and he took it the wrong way and really just started ragging on me. And, you know, all that I can say is I've never said anything bad about him, and I guess it's karma, you know, his show was canceled. So...
Did you hear the way I started this? He extended his hand of love and friendship. He probably realizes it was a miscommunication.
Yeah, but like 3 weeks ago, I read in some newspaper where he was bad-mouthing me again, so...
Oh, you can't believe what journalists write.
Oh, God, no.
They're the bad guys. What am I saying? I just ruined my life. Shannon will be right back. Take commercial. I read a quote, and the quote was that you don't play airheads.
Wow. Did I say that? It's amazing the things that we say when we're interviewed.
Yeah.
Come across really stupid sometimes. You know, I've never played an airhead. And it's not that I won't play an airhead, it's just that for some reason people have never really perceived me as playing an airhead. Of course, as an actress, you know, you have to change. So if it was a really great part, but I always think that in TV, you should be making a contribution to the public. And I prefer characters that are intelligent and that have something to offer people, whether it's like a life lesson or whether we can show them different choices in life. That's more the things that I like to do, and necessarily playing like an airhead who has nothing to offer, I don't know if that really interests me.
Yeah. Have you always been a... that was an applause cue. The people from Ohio. Have you always been a brunette?
Oh, yeah.
You're kind of making it hip to be a brunette again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was really funny. I guess I kind of freaked out our producers because after the pilot, went and dyed my hair black and cut my bangs. I don't know if any of you remember the show. I looked like a major geek because my bangs were like really short. And he made me put blonde streaks in my hair. And it was really ugly, but I stripped them out a little bit later, so I'm back to my natural coloring, thank God.
Yeah. You mentioned something earlier, and it keeps popping into my head about rumors that you might be conceited or something like that. I guess there are rumors on anybody who's in the public eye. Which ones bother you the most?
Probably the ones that bother me the most right now is the ones about myself and Chris, because he's a really great guy and I really love him.
Now, Chris is the hunk we just showed,
yes,
right?
He's the hunk. Only because, you know, he'll all of a sudden get a phone call or he'll...
Hey, let's show him in that hunk position one more time. Okay, I'm sorry. Chris.
You know, he'll like pick up a tabloid or his friends will call him and say, oh, we saw Shannon out with this person, and in all actuality, I was probably in bed sleeping because, you know, when I work, I'm pretty exhausted. And those rumors bother me the most, along with the ones that say that I'm conceited. And I stand up for myself, and I'm a very strong person, and I really believe in what I do, and I believe in my talent, and I want to make sure it's conveyed to the public in the right sense. And so I'm very worried about what I put across to people. And not a lot of people like that, and that's what makes them think I'm conceited. And those bother me a lot. Yeah.
In the scripts and the coming episodes of the show, where do you want it to go? What do you want to give people?
I think our show really needs to become more realistic, and that's what bothers me the most. The whole thing, which is, it's an old subject, but it's still one that's on my mind, and that's when Brenda and Dylan actually did have sex. You know, now we're not sleeping together anymore.
Right.
And because apparently part of the public reacted against it. But my whole thing is that statistics are showing that girls are losing their virginity at the age of 15 and are becoming very sexually active at that age. And if we can't be realistic and show that side of teenage life, then, you know, we're nothing. I mean, why should we protect everybody? Why can't we show the truth and reach those teenagers and say, it's not wrong what you're doing. We're not condoning it. We're not condemning it. But here's what you should do. Make sure you're careful. Make sure you use birth control. Know what you're doing. You know, you don't have to, like, sleep with every guy to be popular. You can be a virgin and still be cool. I mean, it's okay. And I think that we really need to convey that more, be a little bit more realistic. I think we need to let our characters grow up. Yeah. I think that's a really big thing. We were juniors for 2 years, and I'm really happy to say that we are now going to be seniors, thank God. And hopefully we'll graduate. And, you know, who knows what will happen in the show then.
Yeah. I'm sure you get a lot of fan mail during that period. Did you get mail from parents who were angry? Because I think some people want you to just say, there is no sex, and the kids aren't doing it, and you're a role model, so portray that.
Right, but that's not realistic. And yeah, I did get fan mail from people that were really upset, but the majority of fan mail that I got were from young girls saying, wow, thanks, you're human too, and you do this, and you realize that you made a mistake afterwards, and you pulled back. I mean, we definitely reached some people, and that's important. And, you know, I mean, when you become sexually active at 16, 17, that's a hard thing to deal with, and I just think that we should deal with it a little bit better.
You hate being a role model?
It's hard, you know? People are like, oh, wow, does she smoke? Does she drink? Does she do this and that?
Do you smoke?
Not really. Occasionally, I don't know.
Every now and then. If you see a button in an ashtray, you'll light it up. You know I'm a role model.
So, you know, it's hard. People want to, like, you know, you're walking out of a restaurant or something and people want to take pictures of you and you're instantly like, okay, what's in my hand? Do I have a cigarette? Do I need to hide it? Do I look all right? You know, and that stuff is kind of hard, but it's all part of the business and comes with it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by. This was fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
And good luck with him and the career. Don't work too hard.
I don't. Don't worry.
Okay.
Here, let me. You want me to do it or you want to do it?
Go ahead.
Wait, stop jiggling. I can't do it. But you're jiggling. Stop jiggling. You go.
I'm a great cook.
And doing the shows, and meeting the directors and producers and all the... It's fun.
What, how old are you?
11.
You're 11 years old. You're obviously working a lot and playing not as much.
Well, I have time for myself too, because I play with my friends. I have friends on the shows. I don't go to my regular school anymore, so I really don't know many of the kids there. But I have friends, a lot of friends on the show, and I play with them on Saturdays and Sundays. And I have time for myself, so it's okay with me. Plus, this is my life. This is what I want to do. So it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Except my mom and my dad and my brother. This is my life, and this is what I want to, this is my career when I grow up.
How do you know that at the age of 11?
Well, I don't know that, but I'm a youth council. I'm made the chairman of the GLAD agency. Because we have very strict teachers, but the crying part is very hard unless you're really into it. And sometimes I will get into it, but if I'm in a happy mood, and we did the scene before, very happy and everything, and then immediately we're doing the next show and I have to cry and everything, then that's hard. And I have to get myself into that mood. So I think that's probably one of the hardest things. If it's not fun for me anymore, then I'm getting out of it and I'll go to something else. But for right now, it's a lot of fun. So I think it'll last a lifetime. You learn a lot of things. And on the series, we're all one big family. And it doesn't take one. It takes a lot of people loving and working together.
But it's more than just fun. It is a business, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I have responsibilities at my house to feed my dogs. I have 2 dogs, by the way, and a kitten. One he's a golden retriever, Palos Verdes Misty Boozer, and half poodle and half schnauzer. We call him a snoodle. His name is Curious George Doherty, because he's very curious, and he's 8 years old. And I have a kitten. I don't know what he is. I just bought him, and he's black, and I call him Midnight, jet black. So I have responsibilities of feeding them and grooming them and taking care of them. So, I do have responsibilities.
So it's just a different type of responsibility.
Yeah, I would say. It's my brother. If I have auditions, my brother just got a feature film, and his name's Sean Doherty. And
Promo.
I'm his best PR person he could ever have. Because when I sign autographs, I say, "You want a new upcoming star's autograph? Get my brother's. He's in a new feature film." So I'm his best PR person ever.
Rest in peace, Shannon. You will be missed.